Bread is one of the most ancient forms of alchemy, but rye bread, that's the rebel. It's sticky, it's difficult, it hates to rise. Welcome back, I'm Ron the Cook. If you grew up next to a Jewish deli, you are familiar with the smells of pastrami, vinegar, and that deep, dark, earthy smell of rye bread. Today we're not simply going to bake some bread, we're going to make a memory. The full recipe is in the description below. We are starting with the life of the bread. We have 2 packets of active dry yeast. Then we're going to add in 2.5 cups, my apologies, of warm tap water. You want it to be about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. We're also going to add in 2/3 cup of molasses. Now the molasses does 2 things. 1, it feeds the yeast aggressively, and 2, provides a signature hygroscopic quality that keeps the bread moist. Once you have whisked all of your warm water, your molasses, and your yeast together, let it sit for 5 minutes. Wait until the top becomes nice and foamy. We really want that yeast to be active. While our yeast wakes up, let's talk about flour. You can't use 100% rye flour for making rye bread, which sounds very counterintuitive. The problem is rye has a really weak gluten. So if you use 100% rye flour, you're gonna end up with a brick. So on top of the rye flour, we're actually gonna mix in some bread flour, which has a much higher and stronger protein. Into our mixing bowl, we're gonna add in 5 cups of bread flour, followed by 2.5 cups of dark rye flour. And to get that really dark rye color, we're gonna add 1/4 cup of dark unsweetened cocoa powder. And add a little depth and some fun flavor, this is 2 tablespoons of everything spice mix from Spiceology. Let's attach our mixer here with our dough hook. Lock into place. Look how foamy our mixture's already become. On low speed, you just want to slowly pour in your yeast mixture. Make sure you get any excess molasses off the bottom. Now we're going to add in 1/4 cup of oil. Just a nice neutral oil. 1 teaspoon of salt. And make sure you don't overwork your dough. You just want to work it until it comes away from the sides. That should do it. Now on a floured surface, let's dump our dough out. I just want to knead the dough just a little bit until it feels nice and elastic. There we go. Give it a little press. It starts bouncing back. Perfect. Now we take our dough and put it down into a nicely oiled metal bowl or glass, whatever you like to use. Now we're going to cover with plastic. Now the dough needs to rise for at least 1.5 hours or until it's doubled in size, depending on the warmth of your kitchen. It's been 1.5 hours, so let's check on our dough. As you can see, our dough has doubled in size. So now we're gonna punch it down. Look at all that air come out. Oh, you can smell it already. We're gonna dump this out on our board. And we're gonna cut it into 2 equal portions. Let's tuck it under a little. There we go. I have an oiled pan here. Drop it right down in there. I'm gonna take my bread blade here. Just score the top, make it look nice and pretty. I have an egg wash. And a little more of our everything spice. Sprinkle that right on top. Now the dough needs to rise a second time for about 30 to 45 minutes. It's not going to double in size, but about by half. And while our bread rises, let's preheat our oven to 375 degrees. This is what you're looking for. It's risen by about 50%. It's starting to look nice and fluffy. Now we're going to get our loaves in the oven at 375 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes. We're looking for an internal temperature of 190 degrees Fahrenheit before we pull them. Our rye is out of the oven, so let's take a look. Look at that beautiful color. Now it's very important to rest your bread. Got my cooling rack here. pull that out. Baking fresh bread requires patience. Now that we have our bread out of the tins, they need to sit and rest for at least 1 hour before we slice into them. Now that our bread is cooled, let's slice into it. A beautiful tight crumb. It's moist. Now what I've been waiting hours for, the taste test. You can really smell that dark rye flour. It has almost a toasted smell to it, very malty almost. You do get a hint of that cocoa and the molasses. Oh yeah. Swapping out the caraway for the everything spice, perfect. Link for that spice mix down in my description. Oh, another bite for that. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's delicious. A little touch of sweetness and the bitterness from the molasses. That's good. The cocoa gives it its color. The molasses gives it life. And the rye gives it its soul. Fresh baked bread isn't just something you eat. It's something you experience, especially when you make it at home. If you make this at home, tag me on Instagram and let me know how yours came out. Until next time, keep cooking.